talk about how to choose a graduate school. Wow. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, I want you to know that graduate education is a big investment. So you're going to dedicate about 2 years of your life if you want to do master's education, and 4 to 7 years if you want to do PhD. So it's not something you have to take lightly at all. And I want you to know that it comes with its own challenges. As anything in this world, it comes with its own challenges. So just prepare yourself and be ready for that. So let's go straight into the steps you need to take if you want to go to grad school. The very first one is to know the why behind your decision. Why do you want to go to grad school? What are your passions? What are your motivations? Do you want to go to school because you want to get a raise in your salary? Do you want to go to school because you want to change fields? Do you want to go to school because you want to specialize in a particular area? Or do you want to go to school because you have a goal for yourself that maybe by age 30 you want to have a PhD, so you want to accomplish that? Maybe you promised your mom or your dad and you want to do that. So it is important that you are aware of this decision, because that will help you to know the schools to choose. That will help you to know the amount of investment you have to put into it to get the best out of that. 2, explore your options based on your goal. My goal was to be a professor. In order for you to be a professor, you need to get a PhD in a specific field. So I decided to do electrical engineering PhD program. So what was up for me to do is to look for a school that can best equip me to do that. And you know, we have a lot of schools. We have schools in your home country and schools outside your home country. I decided to choose schools outside my home country. Hello, if you don't know, I'm from Ghana. So I chose USA, Canada, Australia, and UK as the countries I want to do my PhD in. Once I settled on that, I went to Google and Googled the best 50 schools for electrical engineering PhD program in US, and you add the countries you are looking for. So I got a list of schools, and in order for me to trim down the schools, there were a few things I was looking out for. I was looking out for accreditation, which is very important. The second thing I did was to look out for the quality of the program. So the professors that are there, how was their research program, because I wanted to do a PhD, what are the facilities that they have, what is the student population, is the place diverse enough, because I believe so much in diversity. So these are some of the things that it helped me narrow down the schools. And one last thing that I was about to forget, the location of the school. So you know, in Ghana, it's a very small country, so the weather, the economics is literally the same across, or it varies very little. But then US is very big, Australia is big, Canada is big. So the weather and so many factors go into that. So I wanted a place that is warm enough to accommodate me, because I was coming from Ghana, which is a very warm country. So I wanted a place that was warm enough to help my transition. So the fourth one is consider your finances. See, finances is a big deal. There are a lot of ways to go about funding your graduate education. The first one obviously is from you yourself, or from your parent, or from people around you that can help contribute to your graduate education. But for most of us, that was not an option for us, because I was coming to the United States. Of course, even the money that my parents were receiving was not even enough to pay my first semester school fees. So definitely I needed other options. And there are so many options available to fund your education. The first one I'll talk about is scholarship. So scholarship is money that could be given to you by your home country, or it could be given to you by a company, or it could be given to you by the school to fund your education. The another option is loan. I know a lot of Indians that come here, they take loans from their home country to school. So if your country has that option, you can look into it. If you come here and you want to come for a loan, you need to get a guarantor to help you get private loans. There is also grants. So usually the professors that you work with, they have grants, or you can get a grant from a company or UN or from all these non-profit organizations. We also have assistantships. So assistantships usually comes in the form of graduate assistantship, graduate research assistantship, graduate teaching assistantship, or graduate assistantship in general. So research assistantship means that you are doing research for a professor. It could be towards your dissertation or not, and you are getting paid, and usually your fees are waived. So for teaching assistants, you teach a class, you support a faculty in teaching a class, and then they pay you and they also waive your tuition. And graduate assistants, in my school, they give you salary, but they do not waive your fees for you. So that one, you help a faculty in doing running errands for the faculty or doing any other thing that doesn't necessarily teaching or research. And you can also get teaching reimbursement from your company. So if you have a company that has a program to fund graduate education, you can take advantage of that. So I know in Ghana, companies like NCA, the Mineral Commission, and so many other government agencies have that facility available. So you can look forward into that. I'm going to talk a lot about scholarships and grants and all of that. I'm going to explain it much into details in my next video. So please look forward for that. So now that you know how you want to finance education, the next important thing for you is to talk to admissions advisors, to talk to students and alumni. So admission advisors are usually people that are in charge of the admission. So you go to the school's website, you can click on the department, you find somebody there. They have a phone number, they usually have an email address. And let me tell you, if you call them, they'll pay. If you send them an email, they respond to you. When I was in Ghana, there are a lot of times I sent email to organizations and nobody responded. But they are a big deal. They are going to respond to you. If you have any question at all, ask them. If you go and probably there is funding, you can ask them to tell you more about it. You can even tell them that, okay, you do not have money. They didn't have anything like that for you. So these are some of the conversations you have to talk to them about it. Even the whole process, how do you go about it? They will definitely have it online. So I'll first ask you to check it online to see the process, and you can talk to them about it. You can also communicate to the student. Usually you see a lot of the students, they have their profiles on LinkedIn. If you get their emails, you can email them and talk to them. It's also important to talk to alumni, people that have been there before, so that they can tell you their experience while they were there. And one other thing that a lot of people do not take into consideration is the program after graduation. Where do people usually get to work? What is the rate of students who get to work after they graduate? If you want to stay in the United States, it's important for you to check that. And I think, any other country, if you have a secure job in your own country, then you don't have to think about that much. But for people who want to establish their life in other countries, I think it's important for you to look into that. So these questions you can ask the administrators, and you can also ask the student and the past student, so that you'll be able to get a gist of what the whole program is about. 6. Now you know about the school. I think I can even give you a crown for being the best knowing about your school. The next process for you to consider is the admission requirement. What does the school require? So I know in the USA you need to get a GRA, and there are different scores about that. I will talk about GRA scores and whether they are so important or not. All about that in one of my videos, so watch out for that. You'd also need to definitely write an essay. I know a lot of the schools, I know almost all the schools, you have to write an essay in UK, Canada, Australia. So they call it statement of purpose. You write why do you want to pursue that education. You also need to update your CV, your resume. So you tell them about what you've done. You know resume, and I will talk about that too in one of my videos. And if they have any particular entrance exams you need to take, you also have to consider that. So I know that those that they want to go into medical residency, they will have to take board exams. If you want to be a lawyer, there's certain exams you have to take. So it varies depending on your program. And most of this information is available online at the school that you decided to go to their website. If you have any doubt, as I said earlier on, just reach out to the administrators and they will talk to you about it. 7. So now you know all the process and everything. This especially goes for people who want to do research. If you want to do research, then the next thing for you to do is to network with faculty. On your school's website, you get a list of all the faculties in your department, so you can reach out to them. It is important for you to do that because it helps you to connect, to know what exactly their research is about. If you're fortunate enough, they respond to you. Some of them do not get disheartened. You are not the first person that they have not responded to, and you're not going to be the last. So just reach out to them, tell them about your interest in their lab. I will talk about how to reach out to a professor if you are going to do a research program. And also one other important thing is that you might get funding from the professor if you reach out to them. So it could be that you've already gotten admission into the school, you do not have any funding yet. You can tell them that, oh, I have admission to the school, I've seen what you are doing, I'm interested in helping you out, or I'm interested in working in that area. Is there a way I can join your lab? So just get to know them in general. You can look at the conferences they've gone to and the speeches that they've made. You can read about the work that they've done. It's important for you to do that. But then in your message to them, it should be brief, simple, and straight to the point because they do not have much time to spare. So these are the 7 steps I would say it's important for you to. So these are the 7 steps that, in my opinion, it is important for you to consider if you want to go to graduate education. So there are so many videos that will come up next. Definitely I'll share more about the scholarship writing to professors and all of that. And if you have anything I did not mention, you can add it up to the comment section. And if you also want me to answer some questions, you can reach out in the comment section. But ultimately, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like it, and comment. And I'll bring other amazing videos for us to talk about this journey all together.